Stop what you are doing. Unless you are driving. You are about to experience a show that you have the power to control. Amazing Phil and Den is not on fire, have escaped from the internet and are ready to climb into your ears. Prepare your body and mind for season 2 of Dan and Phil. Boom.
This is BBC Radio 1. Dan and Phil.
Rudimental and Don Broco, and you're listening to Dan and Phil.
Weekends on BBC Radio 1.
Yes, hello. Thank you very much for that, Jamila, with the chart show. It's official. The UK's #1 single is still Duke Dumont featuring AME with Need You 100%. Way, 2 weeks in a row.
Hey.
Good for those guys. But yes, welcome to mine and Phil's very, very special visual show, all happening live on the Radio 1 website. Phil, what is different about our show? We don't just play normal music videos, do we?
We don't just play normal videos. We play videos created by you guys at home.
It's just so much better when they're homemade. So if you want to check out the amazing homemade videos we'll be playing and join in with all the fun and games, get to bbc.co.uk/Radio1 to experience our show. What is on the plate?
We've got some good stuff on the plate, Dan. Coming up, we've got an epic Dan versus Phil challenge that we'll be revealing later. We'll be reliving the amazingness that was our Walk Off the Earth exclusive performance of Bruno Mars. And also, we're going to be doing some internet news, so look forward to that.
Which is always the highlight of everybody's life.
I think it is
the best
everyone's
kind of
highlight.
broadcasting out there. So, to kick off our show with our first example of a homemade video sent in by one of you guys at home, here is Bastille with The Night. Our first.
Oh yeah.
That was Bastille with The Night, the first of our homemade music videos tonight on Radio 1.
BBC BBC Radio 1.
So I'm still recently back from America. Just got over the jet lag, no longer going to bed at 4 in the morning.
I am still going to bed at 4 a.m. It's absolutely awful.
Really?
When you realise that you're getting out of bed when it's about 2:30 and you're going to sleep as birds start chirping, that's when you know your life has gone horribly wrong. So
It's a bad sign.
That's me at the moment.
You've got to fix it. You've got to make yourself wake up at 6 a.m. and just power through the day.
Okay, maybe I'll just try to go through a whole cycle so then I end up on the other side. Or would I die if I tried?
I think you might die. But speaking of America, something slightly terrifying happened to me while I was in Florida.
Yes, you're saying that something traumatic happened when you were shopping with your parents, but you didn't tell me what it was. So would you like to enlighten everybody?
I got lost in a shopping mall. I lost my parents.
That sounds absolutely traumatic.
It was. It brought back all of those childhood fears of losing your parents.
Oh, no.
And I was like, what am I going to do? Do I have to speak to a man? And eventually...
You're in your 20s.
Yeah.
I mean, you weren't hopelessly lost because you could understand the world. So
I could.
Why were you scared?
I don't know. It was just that inbuilt fear of, what if they've left me?
What if I'll never see my mum ever again?
Yeah, so I had to speak to a security guard who announced over the tannoy, would Philip Lester's parents please come to the information centre? Although he was American, so it was more like, would Philip Lester's parents come to the information centre?
Did you cry when you got home?
There was a warm embrace when I got home. It was a warm embrace.
Okay, Philip, come to my bosom.
Never leave me again. But it did get me thinking about, childhood fears. Do you have any examples?
I do. What do you think it is? It's unusual, I'll tell you that now. It's small and girly.
Oh.
Which makes it sound like I'm afraid of Barbies. That's not what it is.
I was going to say Barbies. Flowers?
Flowers, with a Z-axis. That's the hint.
A Z-axis? I was never good at maths, so I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, well, if you want to find out, then I will reveal it after this next song. Hey, check me out. Here is a video to LMFAO's party rock anthem sent in by Loopy Lins. Thank you very much.
LMFAO Party Rock Anthem on Radio 1.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
So, Dan, before that song, you were telling me that you were terrified as a child of something small and girly.
Yes, I don't know if I've ever told this. I might have once to somebody somewhere, but I have a fear of butterflies. Okay, so what traumatic incident do you think I had as a child that resulted in me being afraid of butterflies?
I can't even imagine, but I really want to know.
No kind of like Freudian guesses you have? Psychological?
A butterfly flew into your mouth at PE.
That would be traumatic enough, to be honest. Okay, let me set the scene, okay? Are you ready for me to set the scene?
I'm ready. What is this?
I was at Longleat Safari Park in the 1990s.
This is very Serengeti-like. I can feel it.
It's not very Longleat. It is quite Longleat, isn't it? Not very butterflies. Okay, so they had just released a very new and exciting feature. A butterfly tunnel. So you can see where this is going.
I can see where this is going.
So I walked in and everyone was like, oh, butterflies, this will be exciting. Lots of little girls running in, excited for the butterflies.
Yeah.
I went in and I was wearing a bright yellow t-shirt.
Oh,
you know what
bad
butterflies
choice.
love?
Yellow t-shirts.
Really, really bright colours. So I went in, I got homed in on by butterflies, okay? See, the thing is with moths, they're not that scary, because even though they flit about and butterflies are a bit more graceful and predictable, moths are kind of gross. So, and they're small and they're compact. Whereas if you actually look at a butterfly, they have these long, like, spindly antenna eyes, and they're weird, like, squiggly nose.
You're making me scared of them now.
They're freaky creatures. I got attacked by butterflies, okay?
Okay.
And the worst thing was, I couldn't do anything about it because you can't hurt the butterflies.
Oh, no.
So a woman came up to me and she was like, don't hurt the butterflies, whatever you do, don't move. I was stood there crying internally whilst this giant Amazon butterfly was stood on my face, okay?
Yeah.
And then people were taking pictures of me. They were like, oh, he's having an intimate moment with the butterflies. No, it was horrible, okay?
If anyone's listening that actually took that picture, please send it in.
So ever since then, I have had the same reaction to butterflies that normal people have had to moths and wasps and spiders, and that is my butterfly story.
Can I just bring up the fact that you're wearing a shirt entirely covered in butterflies right now?
I think, oh God, are they oh my Lord, I'm going to have to strip off. No, okay, they're moths. They're moths. Someone said they're moths.
Are you all right?
I was about to get so naked right then.
Take it off!
No, hey, control yourselves, people. Right, so this is a very good thing to talk about because I've just put myself out there and revealed my traumatic experiences. You have, but I want to know the nation's childhood fears, okay? So if you get on Twitter right now, we are at BBC R1, tweet #childhood fears and tell us your strange and probably very unrelatable childhood fears.
I don't think anyone's going to beat the butterflies, but we'll find out.
We'll find out after this next song. Here is Neon Trees with Animal. Neon Trees, Animal, and you are listening to Dan and Phil on Radio 1.
So we were talking about childhood fears, and I've got one that I remembered.
Okay.
When I was about 6 or 7, I was terrified of the man on the Wheatos box.
I know exactly what you mean.
There are other cereals available.
Of course, but maybe not as much terrifying cereals available. No, he may win the most terrifying cereal avatar award.
I used to be a lot more northern back then, so I'd be like, no, Mum, not Wheatos.
Not the Wheatos. With your gravelly northern voice.
Yeah, I've lost it a little bit, haven't I?
Okay, so in strange flashbacks to Dinosaur Land, we have some texts.
Ooh.
Whoa, people have been texting in their childhood fears. We have one here that says, someone is and was afraid of belly buttons their whole life. That's Sophia in Lincoln. How can you exist if you have a fear of something on your own body?
I don't know.
Does she just freak out every time she looks down?
Maybe she just never looks at it.
Getting out the shower.
Just don't go to a water park.
No, can you imagine? It'd be like some horrible nightmare, wouldn't it?
Probably too much information, but my brother's belly button looks like a smiley face.
That is too much information. Olivia Kettering says, Dan and Phil, a clown fell on me at a birthday party face first, and since then I'm scared of clowns. I love this image of a clown just falling on a child.
Yeah.
I hope he lost his job. One would think so.
Yeah.
Glennon Hitchin wants me to take my shirt off because it has the butterflies on it. Thank you very much for texting that in. That probably isn't going to happen. I'd get taken off.
And Lucy from Leeds was always scared of her brother being sick in the car.
Was there something that triggered that?
A Cocoa Pops incident is all it says.
Wow, I don't
cereal.
Put my mind to that. Well, thank you to everybody that's texting in and tweeting #childhood fears. We'll be reading out some more of those later in the show. But we want to talk about something very special that happened to our show last week. We had our first ever online lounge. Woo! It was good. It is where we get the biggest bands from around the world that found their fame on the internet to come in and do exclusive live sessions just for our show. And for our first one ever, we had Canadian indie band Walk Off the Earth doing a cover of Natalie by Bruno Mars. Here it is for you now, in case you missed it. That was Canadian internet sensations Walk Off the Earth with an exclusive performance of Bruno Mars's Natalie. If you want to check that out because you missed it on cameras when it happened, it is on the radio on YouTube right now. Just search Walk Off the Earth Natalie and you'll find it. It's an ethereal experience.
This is BBC Radio 1.
So we're diving into Twitter now on our national childhood fears search.
Okay, yeah.
It's hashtag childhood fears. Hannah Banana said, when I was a child, I was afraid of storm drains, thinking zombies would eat my feet.
I think everybody is afraid of like black holes they can't see into. Like, you know, like filters at the bottom of swimming pools when you see like the big black bars and just avoid. Or whenever there's like a swimming pool with a wave machine.
Yeah.
Ultimate terror. Just can't deal with that.
I always thought there was a shark in there.
Just release the sharks. The children are peeing in the pool. That should be a feature. That'll stop you from doing it.
That's what lifeguards should tell people. Tiffany said, my mum told me that if I smelt flowers in the garden, they would get angry and attack my face.
Wow.
Tiffany's mum.
That is the kind of lie that you tell your child and it traumatizes them forever. They'll be at university and then someone will be like, a Valentine rose for you. And they'll be like, ah! And punch them in the face. And it'll be because of you, mum.
All because of you, mum. Jenny the human said, I was terrified of the baby-faced sun in the Teletubbies.
Who wasn't afraid of that? Imagine if you looked up and saw a giant baby's face.
What was that? Was that their god?
I don't know.
What was it thinking?
It was a strange universe. Let's not try to make sense of the Teletubbies.
Let's not. Jack said, going down a slide at the playground and getting shocked because of the static.
So does this mean that his childhood was deprived of slides because he thought he'd get electrocuted?
Oh,
That's
Jack.
depressing. Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
That's very traumatic, actually, isn't it?
I got concussion on a slide, so you should continue to be scared of them.
How did you get concussion on the slide?
I just went down one of those really steep ones, you know, that they used to have at those playgrounds inside. I forgot what they're called.
Yes.
But anyway, I went down it too fast and I banged my head.
That's what you get for having too much fun. So yes, thank you everybody the nation over for sending in your childhood fears. And from childhood fears to the fear of every male in the universe, here's Taylor Swift. I'm only joking.
Taylor Swift 22 with a video sent in by Kelly Stone.
Dan and Phil, they escaped from the internet and climbed into your ears.
That one sounds a bit Dalek-y, doesn't it?
A little bit.
A bit like the clangers. That's what I was going for. You know, the... Suddenly, anybody that didn't have a child or exist as a child in the 90s is wondering if I'm insane. That's okay. That's just how I like to roll. So thank you to Kelly Stone for sending that in. Now, Phil, what would you like to discuss?
I would like to discuss our final childhood fear.
This is an emotional moment.
Schmazda, hashtag childhood fears. I used to think there was a giant cat under the sink. And every time I brush my teeth, I'd cry. What?
That encapsulates everything in my opinion.
I want to know the backstory. I feel like we can get a Hollywood deal about this.
Every time she brushed her teeth, she cried. What? She cried twice a day for her entire childhood because she thought there was a cat under the sink.
Did you ever think of checking for the giant cat?
Well, would you check under the sink if you knew there was a giant cat there?
On the whole spectrum of monsters, I don't think cats are up there.
Are the most terrifying
with
thing.
the bogeyman and other things like that.
You do get angry cats. They can just scratch you and tear you in half.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Schmazda. I hope you can brush your teeth in peace from now on.
But yes, thank you to everybody for sending in your childhood fears. Now, coming up in the show, we have our live Dan versus Phil, which will be happening on cameras. If you've ever wanted to see a giant battle between two people making paper aeroplanes out of A1 paper, you're in luck, because that's going to be going down at around 8. And we'll be giving you all the news that you definitely don't need to know in internet news. All of that after a bit of Florence and the Machine.
Florence, dog days are over. So, a big thing on One Extra at the moment has been DJ Snake's Bird Machine song, and Mr. Jam has been championing. How do you say that?
Championing.
There we go.
That's a weird word, isn't it?
That's the word I was trying to say, with an insane music video that he's made for it involving a chicken suit, which I'm guessing he may have stolen off Jamila Jamil.
One would hope so. I hope he watched it afterwards, because she was in that for a while.
Yeah, so if you're watching on the Radio 1 website, you're about to be amused and entertained by Mr. Jam. If not, here's 30 seconds of DJ Snake. You need to...
So that was Mr. Jam, Dancing with a Bird. Are you hoping that, well, are they hoping that'd be kind of like the next Harlem Shake?
I think so. Do you reckon it will be?
Not that sure. But thanks, One Extra, for sending that over. Absolutely amazingly fun. Thank you for that. So, as we were talking about his, video making abilities during that, would you say that he's as good as the people that send in videos for our show?
I think he's up there. I'm glad we played it.
Up there with the kind of people that, eat cereal to dubstep for 5 minutes, those kind of things. But those are usually our favourites. If you didn't know, me and Phil have a very special show where we play homemade music videos. And if you want to get involved, all you have to do is make a music video to your favourite song, email it to danandphil@bbc.co.uk, and then we could be playing it at this very moment next week. It's magical. That's all you have to do. Here is Coldplay with Every Teardrop is a Waterfall.
Coldplay with Every Teardrop is a Waterfall, and you're listening to Dan and Phil.
Weekends on BBC Radio 1.
So I think we should talk about Paramore.
They're a good band.
They are.
Generally.
Currently number one at the album charts with their album entitled Paramore.
Good name, but good album. Hey, congrats, Paramore. I'm actually very happy for them to be number one.
Me too.
They're a good band. Yes, they were in recently to do a live lounge special for Radio 1 for Fern being covered by Sarah Cox, being covered by Annie Mac. That's a nice triangle of radio ladies there for you. That sounded weirder.
What an image I've got in my mind.
I'm sorry, that came out wrong. But yes, if you are in the mood for something Paramore-y, you're in luck, because we always have people requesting Paramore on our show, don't we?
Yeah, I think it's one of the most requested things we get is Paramore.
But we can't play Paramore for every single song. I know that there's quite a few Paramore fans out there that would like it to just be 2 hours of Paramore, but we thought if we have to do it, we will do it in style. So here is Paramore's exclusive cover of Alt J's Matilda in the Radio 1 Live Lounge.
That was beautiful.
It was.
Paramore with an exclusive live lounge on Radio 1. I almost had hair similar to Hayley Williams's. I tried to dye...
her hair is bright red.
Yeah, I know. I tried to dye my hair blonde in primary school.
Yeah.
Oh, no, when I was moving into secondary school to try and impress everyone so I'd look like a surfer dude.
Okay.
It just turned bright ginger.
So you dyed your hair bright ginger just as you were going to secondary school?
Yeah.
Oh, Phil.
I was like a snowball magnet. It was horrible. But yes, coming up, we have internet news, all the things that you want to learn that you didn't know you wanted to learn.
That you didn't need to know.
No. And also, we have some other things, such as drawn requests and Dan versus Phil.
Which I'm looking forward to a lot. Hopefully we won't throw the paper airplanes into each other's eyeballs live on camera, as that would be very dramatic. That won't happen at all.
Do you know who else is looking forward to Dan versus Phil?
Who?
Nicki Minaj. Here she is with Pound the Alarm.
versus Phil.
So traditionally on this show, around 8 o'clock, me and Dan have an epic battle on webcam.
We do, live on camera.
So you need to get on bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 to watch us. As we're live right now, you can see us waving if you're on your computer.
How exciting is that? You can see Dan and Phil wave. But no, seriously, if you want to see some epic plane battles, just get out your mobile and go to the Radio 1 website.
You say plane battles, people may not understand the gravity of what's about to happen.
Okay, hype it up.
We are going to get A1 sized paper.
That's big paper. We're not messing around over here.
I think that's as far as it goes, except for A0, which I learned about in art.
The what? Seriously, that's a thing?
It's just infinite paper.
You're making this up.
I don't know.
You can't just build me up and destroy me like that. A0 paper.
We're going to be using this paper to make giant paper aeroplanes and sail them through the live lounge in a competition to see who can fly them the furthest.
Yes, and hopefully any super celebrity Radio 1 guests won't be impaled by a paper aeroplane.
Yeah.
But they might. You'll have to get on the website if you want to find out if they will.
Never has
training.
Yeah, I haven't had any training. I should have put some plasters on my fingers or something.
We should probably be wearing full rubber suits, shouldn't we?
Yeah, but we will see what happens after Nickelback has serenaded us.
Dan versus Phil.
bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 now to watch the Dan and Phil show on Radio 1.
Round one. Get over here! Fight!
BBC Radio 1. Dan and Phil.
Round two.
I've just run back into the studio. I got a bit too enthusiastic about throwing paper aeroplanes right then.
Well, can I just say that for anybody that was watching that on the cameras, Phil, you'd run out of the room, and I just threw a paper aeroplane practically into the other continent.
No.
Watching that on the website. Yeah, so Phil, would you like to describe to everybody how that went for you?
Well, it turns out I forgot how to make paper aeroplanes since I was a child. I kind of made a horrible mistake, a nightmare of a plane.
When you were folding it into a square, it kind of instantly occurred to me that you were probably not going to win. And I felt bad about it, but I didn't have time to teach you how to make paper aeroplane.
I know. Well done, Dan.
So you threw yours for a record 1 meter distance from where you were studying, and I, apparently, according to the guy that was taking the photos in the room, threw mine 12.5 meters.
Wow.
At the very last second.
Okay.
So that means, unfortunately, this week, the winner is Dan.
Well done.
I feel bad.
That was a fair victory, that one. I should have practiced.
It was like competing in the Olympics against someone with all of their limbs tied together like a turkey that's put in the oven.
Thanks, Dan.
I meant that in a kind of like an unfair advantage kind of way. So next up, this is for Katie Strange. Here is Blue Jeans, Lana Del Rey for you now on BBC Radio 1.
Blue Jeans, Lana Del Rey. You're listening to Dan and Phil on Radio 1.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
I like that you said that and then she said it. So just in case anyone wasn't sure, now you double know what station you're listening to and who.
Just because the official Radio 1 lady said it, that's when you know it's real.
Yep. What? Otherwise, it's just like a horrible nightmare.
It's a horrible nightmare. Anyway, Shola has texted in. It's her 14th birthday. Happy 14th birthday, Shola.
Happy birthday, Shola.
And to celebrate it, she would like to hear Goodbye, Mr. A by the Hoosiers.
I can't think of a possible better thing to do on your birthday.
No, we can fulfill that dream for you, Shola, right now. Hope you have a great day.
Hoosiers?
I don't know what happened to them. They're here now, though. Hello, Jordan.
Hello there.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm alright, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So what have you been up to this weekend, Jordan?
I've been doing some video stuff and also some free running training.
Free running training? That's awesome. Has it been successful?
Yeah. Not really.
What happened?
I hurt myself a bit.
Oh no.
Oh no! Is there an interesting story, or did you just fall off a building?
No, it was indoors actually. I was in the gymnastics place.
What happened?
I went for a double side flip.
Okay.
Well, that's already impressive.
Wow. Yeah, I'm already impressed.
As soon as a flip has got the word double in front of it, I'm impressed. But go on.
I only managed 1.5 rotations and ended up upside down in a foam pit.
Ouch!
On my neck. But apparently it looked good, just my legs waving about.
Okay, yeah, well, that's all that matters.
So what song would you like to hear while you're attempting double backflips?
Double side flips. Side flip.
Double side flips.
Very different to backflip.
What would you like to hear?
I'd love to hear Fitzpleasure by Alt J.
Fitzpleasure by Alt J. All right, well, here it is for you now on Radio 1. Just listening to the ominous fading out of the bass right now. It's good. It's meaty. It's Alt J with Fitzpleasure on Radio 1. So, for all of the people watching us live right now on bbc.co.uk/Radio 1, you might see an absolutely terrifying giant man standing behind us on a chair and wondering, why the heck is he there? Was he mailed to you? No. Phil, what is the story of this giant man?
How do we explain this to listeners, by the way?
Oh, well, so, it is D-Love, the fictional character created to promote digital radio. Yes, so even though you're probably watching us live right now on some kind of iPad 52 on the International Space Station, if you haven't yet, consider upgrading to digital radio.
Perhaps.
Now.
Anyway, we thought we would use him as a canvas.
Yes, good, appropriate.
To generate the average listener. Mm-hmm. So what we want you to do is tweet us with body parts. Your eye, your nose, your mouth, your hair.
Mm-hmm. And we will take these images, stick them on this man over here, and we will create a portrait of the average person listening to our show. You understand what this means, right? Yes. So all you have to do, get out the phone that's in your pocket, take a picture of a body part and tweet it at BBCR1. Then we'll cut it out and stick it to that giant man, and you will be part of our audience.
Yep. So whenever you're listening to a song, you'll be watching us creating this monstrosity on bbc.co.uk/Radio 1.
I should say for the record that don't take photos of the body parts we obviously don't want you to take and send in to us on Twitter, okay? Because we're not going to print them off and stick them to the guy. There's no butts on the front of this guy. Do you see a butt on the front of that guy, Phil?
I don't.
There are no butts on that guy, so no butt photos, okay? But any other body parts you have in mind, within reason, tweet them at us at BBCR1 and you can contribute to our average listener.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people have been tweeting us wanting... Take It Off by Kesha.
Because of me taking off my moth-covered t-shirt. Unfortunately, whilst I'd love to strip on camera right now, I have been told by my producer that the world doesn't want to see my nipples, or rather that editorially I'm not allowed to expose my nipples, so...
I honestly would feel very uncomfortable.
Well, that's good to know. Well, yes, tweet us a body part of your choice to @BBCR1 to become our average listener, and for the people that wanted me to get naked live on camera, here is Take It Off by Kesha on BBC Radio 1.
Kesha, take it off.
It's time for the listeners to get involved. This is Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
So Dan didn't remove his shirt.
No, I haven't got naked, unfortunately. Not yet.
Well, what you didn't know is he actually did, but he has a replica of his shirt tattooed on his body.
In a horrific accident in a tattoo parlour. It got an exact copy of the T-shirt. It was very convenient and tragic, wasn't it?
There you go, ladies. Is it not a little bit cold there, Dan?
Cold? Why would... Oh, what, because I'm naked? Yes, totally. Hard nipples. Speaking of hard nipples, no, I'm not.
No.
We are now contributing your pictures towards our average listener behind us right now.
One of our producers has gone to print some off. Apparently we've got loads of eyes and feet.
Eyes and feet is what you guys have been sending in so far. So thank you for... why feet, do you reckon?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Does the guy have feet? He does have feet.
He does have feet.
We can't have that many feet.
No.
What are the large areas that we need?
Noses, mouths. He's got like a large forehead area.
He has
maybe
a
forehead.
giant head. So any pictures of your hair, forehead, lips, chins, or cheeks, that'll go a long way.
At BBC R1, send us your pictures now. Now I'm going to look back on Twitter for a request. I see Captain Jack. Is it Captain Jack of Doctor Who?
Oh, or could it be the Captain Jack Sparrow? Either way.
Maybe. Who knows?
And they're both raving omnisexual pirates, so there we go.
Yeah. One of those celebrities, or not, has tweeted in wanting chocolate by the 1975.
And we can fulfill that for them right now.
Do we have it?
We do indeed. And here it is for you right now. Talia and Jenny.
Hi.
Hi. Are you good?
Yeah, good.
So where are you two right now? You sound like you're in a nuclear bunker of some kind. Am I right?
Yep, my bedroom's a nuclear bunker.
I'm guessing that was sarcasm. What? Are you just in a bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you guys had a good weekend?
So we know our best friend's birthday party.
Oh, was it good?
Yeah.
You don't have to lie to us. Was it good?
Yeah.
It was amazing. Okay, good. Yeah, that's cool.
What kind of birthday party was it? Was there a theme?
We went to the cinema.
Oh, cool.
We went to the host.
The host. Was it good?
It was amazing.
Better or worse than Twilight?
Oh, better.
Suck it, Bella. That's right. Okay, well, what song do you want the entire country to experience right now?
Payphone by Maroon 5, please.
Good choice. Would you two like to, at the same time, say, here's Payphone by Maroon 5? Go.
This is Maroon 5 by Payphone.
Well, that went horribly wrong.
Yes.
Here we go.
Maroon 5, Payphone. You're listening to Dan and Phil. So our homemade creation of the average listener
It's going quite demonically.
Is going quite demonically. We have a giant eye, 3 mouths, about 7 feet, which were the most popular thing people sent in.
A ginger fringe.
And a ginger fringe.
Hey!
Which I hope was for Hayley Williams. And I think the giant eye is the scariest thing. So if you get on the Radio 1 website, bbc.co.uk/Radio 1.
You can see what's being made behind us. We still need, in my opinion, more foreheads and noses. So if you have a particularly sexy nose, tweet it at BBCR1 to become part of our average listener.
And you could watch us attaching said nose during McFly. 5 colours in her hair. Do you know who requested this?
No, who?
Who requested this, producer Roz? Rachel Wild on Twitter. There we go.
Has she sent in a body part?
I don't know if she sent in a body part, but if you're listening, Rachel, send it in now. Forehead would be good. One Direction for Heather, and you're listening and watching Dan and Phil.
And now it's time for everything you ever wanted to know about the world this week, Internet News.
This is the Internet News.
Internet News.
Research, which is everybody's favourite thing, has found out that men officially take 6 months to do little jobs around the house. Yes, you know, when your hubby says, I'm going to fix that pipe, apparently it takes an entire 6 months if he's a typical man.
I love how every husband impression is northern for you. I'm going to fix that pipe. Yeah, I have taken about 6 months to change the light bulb in my room, so that probably explains it.
Yes, you're a typical man.
Internet news. An Iranian scientist has claimed to have invented a time machine.
That's just casual news. We'll just slip that out there. Time travel.
Apparently, it allows users to fast forward up to 8 years into the future, but this has not been claimed or proved by anyone.
And that's all we have on that news article.
Yeah.
So we're just announcing on national radio that someone in Iran has invented a time machine, and that's all we have on it, Phil.
That's all we have on it for now. We'll keep you updated.
Okay.
Internet news.
A hotel has just started offering an unusual service.
What's that?
Pets. Hey.
Why would you want a pet at a hotel?
Why wouldn't you want a pet hotel?
That's a good idea, actually.
Apparently, the most popular one, goldfish, is always booked if you want a goldfish in your room. So maybe if you were really rich, you could have like a bed full of kittens or something.
Maybe.
Like that.
Do you know what? If I was booking a hotel and they said £5 for an extra goldfish, I'd be like, why not? Let's have a goldfish in the room.
Yeah, wait. So the entire animal kingdom, and you're telling me you'd have a goldfish?
Yes.
Seriously?
Internet news.
Out of everything. Okay,
Internet
that's
news.
fine.
Is the Internet News.
Breast milk jewellery has gone online.
What?
You can buy breast milk jewellery.
How does one turn lactation into accessories?
It's being made by Alesia Magero, who plasticizes the breast milk into pretty shapes, and ladies can wear it around their necks.
Wow, that is absolutely wonderful. And that is everything interesting that's happened in the world this week, other than breaking news. The surgery will be right after our show on Radio 1, and the phone lines are now open if you want to call in with a problem.
The Internet News.
Now, a text from Hannah Thompson who wants to hear Heya by Outkast. Here it is for you now on Radio 1. That was Outkast Heya for Hannah Jane Reeder. We are coming towards the end of our average listener compilation. There is still time to send in foreheads, noses, or any mustaches that might be out there if you want to contribute towards it. And for all the people that are requesting it in the world right now, here is My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark by Fall Out Boy. To clarify, that was for everybody and especially Hannah Jane Reeder, not Outkast. There we go. Fall Out Boy for you on Radio 1. Now, that song can only mean one thing. It's Alid from The Surgery.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Very, very good. How are you two?
We're doing very well. Do you like our monstrous Frankenstein of the listeners' body parts?
It's really freaky.
It is.
It's really freaky.
I thought you'd be used to kind of embarrassing bodies and all that stuff.
Yeah, but not when you've got, like, one person has, like, 8 eyes. I mean, that's quite an extreme.
Well, tell us about your show tonight.
Tonight, it's an open surgery. So, 03700 100 100. If there's anything on your mind, it can be something about your bodies, it can be something that's stressing you out, family, friends, school, revision, anything. 03700 100 100. Or you can always text us on 81199.
Hey, thank you very much, Alid, and we will see you straight after our show.
See you in a bit.
Goodbye, goodbye. It didn't sound like you liked our Frankenstein. But yes, thank you to all of you who have been contributing to this show so far. It's been massively fun, and especially the people that tweeted in their body parts to create this horrible monster, which we will be sure to leave in the corridors to scare people coming out the toilet. Goodbye, everybody. See you next week.
Bye.